maybe we could talk, maybe I could, I'll contact my representative on the support staff. Who's the other contract? You want to think about that now? For the record, let's read that. Who is it? All right, who do you care about that?
I think last year you probably had 27th as a capital, maybe for considering another area. No, we're going to use it, we had no.
So what I could do is, what I hear John saying is that then in the legend out here, if you will, that I would put November 22nd, 27th, December 23rd, and April 13th as possible makeup Sundays.
I guess there's a couple, but I'm just concerned that we
Yeah.
a couple.
Hey, we had 2 weeks this year, but we had just 3 days for each of those weeks, so, okay, so.
Which day was it? That day's already been Sunday.
Oh, okay, we're done with this, sorry.
Okay.
No, sorry, I just,
Okay. Any other things that you'd like me to change for?
I would just want that January 17th notated on here that it could move. So your parents are aware of making plans and
Yes.
whatnot.
Don't make plans on that.
Yeah, don't book all the dentist and doctor's appointments that day and then be upset if it changes.
We call it an ice Easter vacation.
Yeah. January 17th.
Okay. Consideration would be like working with the kids that we sent career center down Lake. How do we work? We're out of school, we're out of school, so how much time those kids miss at instructional time? Our kids do quite well.
They do, they do. Yeah, bring it back again. Bill, if you could give me that copy, I'll put it down. Okay, thank you. Okay, very good. The only other thing I wanted to do as part of my report is to just very quickly go over the master plan. The board met in January along with a lot of members of the administrative team, and they developed what are our priorities, what are the things we're going to work on this year. I'm just going to, there were 4 buckets. Basically, the first was rethinking and redesigning schools. If you look at this, this column is just the lead on each of these projects, and basically the yellow means that it's planned. If it's in blue, these are obviously the months of the year. If it's in blue, it's been started. And as I go down through this, you'll kind of understand some of these things happen on a quarterly basis. Some of them will be happening continuously. Some of them will be happening at different periods across 3 years. So one of the things that the board has asked me to do is to lead some focus group and to provide some quarterly updates to the community. So I would like to do the first one in April. I don't have that planned yet, but it may be in May. So the idea there is to get feedback from the community on what they want the public school to look like. Also to provide quarterly updates to the staff on things that are going on in Harrisburg. These would not be completely voluntary meetings with the staff, but also it's just a means of sharing information and things that we see coming down the pipe in terms of new legislation or new mandates. We said that we need to assess the needs of cyber and homeschool students as far as why are they choosing cyber school and why are they choosing homeschool. We need to assess our kids' access to Wi-Fi at home. This year, 7th grade class will be the first class that are walking out here with Chromebooks. And we want to make sure that we understand, have a good understanding of how many kids actually do or do not have access to Wi-Fi in their homes. We need to make sure that all of our kids have access to Wi-Fi on campus. I know Joe is working on this, and that we will have more access next year. And we need to increase professional learning time for teachers, and that's up to the admin team and our capacity to work the schedule for what's the best interest of our teachers. because that's how we get better. The second bucket was high quality teachers. So we need to create ways to publicly acknowledge teacher success. And we've talked about that internally. How do we recognize excellence among our faculty? We need to provide additional training time for Learning from Schools Network. We started a second cohort this year with the first grade teachers, but we need to keep building on that. We need to keep doing walkthroughs, so that as an administrative team, we understand that what is actually happening in our buildings and where we need to do the work, and we need to let our teachers know that we do care. And so we've set that as a goal. Developing observation models for non-tenured teachers, so we make sure that as we are onboarding teachers in the first 3 years, that we're communicating clearly what our expectations are, and that those folks are performing to those expectations. And then developing a 3-year professional development plan for our teachers and administrators. The third bucket was high quality aligned instruction. We talked about doing a curriculum audit, developing a literacy plan that has already begun. The keys to literacy training, our teachers have already, some of them have already been exposed to that. We're developing a literacy plan and using the keys to literacy as our framework for that plan. We're aligning high school learning goals in ELA, and I know the English teachers at the high school have already met and they've spent some time, and they're going to also do that in summertime as well. Our standards-based report card we started in the K-12 building this year. We want to look at expanding that. And what does that look like? Or should we just focus our energy on making what we have better and getting that right before we try to expand it? But those conversations need to continue to happen. Build professional learning time into the schedule K-12. Right now, we have it in schedule K-7. The high school right now does not have as much professional learning time together, and we want to expand that. Under high performing organizations, is the last bucket. These are the things we said we need to pay attention to. The human resources role and position. We currently do not have anybody that performs human resources. Carolyn ends up doing a lot of the work in addition to her role as board secretary and my administrative assistant. So really need to take a close look at that. Underneath that is updating all of our job descriptions. The board is very interested in us expanding our public relations outreach to the community. We do a lot of really great things here. It's just that nobody knows. And we don't do a good job of talking about some of the really great things that are going on here. We are working on policy updates. We have started that and making sure that our policies are in line with our recommendations from PSBA. We want to PM for district. What does PM stand for again, Shane?
Preventive.
There you go. All right. Preventive maintenance for district assets. Collect feedback and consolidation year 1. Team building, training, and team building for the board, as well as the faculty, and developing a plan for outlying buildings. Again, we've started that. Special ed cost benchmarking, that was something that was in the goal the last 3 years. It was in our master plan, we didn't get to it. And quarterly town hall meetings again. I mentioned that in the first bucket as well. So these are the things that are on the radar. They don't all get worked at simultaneously, but there are different points during the year that we will be revisiting them and reviewing them. It is the board's wish that I do these updates for you and for the community on a quarterly basis. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, all right.
So board members, is there anything on here that we need to adjust, change, or that wasn't captured from the meeting?
If something comes up, we can always add it.
That's right.
Yes.
That's what we've been doing for the last couple of years.
Okay, okay.
It's the starting point.
And then
bankers forum last week. And, a couple comments about, the kind of public county economic education board. And their comments, didn't seem to understand some of the things that we had going on in Kyle. They talked about needs of education in rural areas. And again, significant, oh, we do that. So, public relations role, being out to message out to the community what it is we are accomplishing. Very good study. So, still being worked on that. It's there, just recognized.
So if there aren't any further questions for me, that.
Thank you. Committee reports. The cafeteria committee, right?
So, we held a cafeteria committee meeting this evening. Among the items that we discussed were the procedures associated with, resolution of delinquent balances and, inactive accounts. So what happens when a student graduates or withdraws? Well, we've always had some procedures that we utilize during those situations. We're looking to, I would say, kind of enhance those, become a little more specific, and I think more rigorous.
Formalized.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also discussed charge procedures. So how à la carte menu items are charged and when they can and cannot be purchased by students. So I think those were the key highlights. Would you agree? We also discussed a variety of just continuing to look at cost benchmarking and areas of the cafeteria finances, what the revenue streams are, and also what our expenses are, and looking at ways that we can continue to optimize those expenses.
Is there any other committee? That we're aware of?
I don't think so.
We announced for the budget finance committee for Monday.
Oh,
Carolyn did advertise
Oh,
that, so I don't know though that we have in this forum communicated the adjusted date and time. So Monday, the 22nd at 4:30 at the admin building.
okay. It's a budget finance.
Budget finance, right?
Okay. Any business? Discuss the graduation date, that's the school.
Okay, so 2 weeks ago, we talked about this, and it's literally taken 2 weeks to get clarification from PEB on what exactly it is that we can and cannot do. So what I'm proposing is that we leave graduation on the 14th. We have enough hours, it's very close. Leave graduation on the 14th. The scheduled last day of school for students and teachers previously had been June 20th. What I'm proposing is we set the last day for kids on the 19th, and we do an Act 80 day with the teachers on the 20th. So the teachers would finish the same day as we had set forth. That is the 180th day. The kids would actually be attending 179 days. And so I will tell you, this is really tight. So if we have some freakish snowstorm, the only way that
We're still going to school.
if we, okay, but let's say like I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I get a call that we have no power, or something like that, all right, something weird could happen. If that's the case, then it would adjust, you gotta flush the toilets, that's the problem, it's not the lights. Then we would have to do something with the seniors in order to keep graduation on the 14th. We have to bring them in on a Saturday and do a program or something for the kids, all right? So that would be if some freakish thing happened, and then it would adjust the last day. So it would affect the last day, but let's hope there is no freakish kind of power outage or flood or gas leak or something, right? Like, so let's just, and so that's what I'm proposing. The last day for the kids would be the 19th, last day for the teachers would be the 20th. Graduation would be set on June 14th. Okay? Yes, you need a motion.
Second.
Discussion? Okay. Discussion. Roll call.
Mrs. Gregory?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes.
Dr. Capola?
Yes.
Mr. Swilly?
Yes.
Mr. Burt?
Yes.
Mrs. Arnold?
Yes.
Mr. Wagner?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
I do want to just add that before all this type of discussion came out, in multiple conversations with other people, I did say that I bet my house that graduation would be moved. So if anybody's looking, you can live in Titanic Township and it comes with the news.
I did too, and we're so close on the hours, I will tell you, I will say to the parents, I know that the next question would be, are we gonna like schedule all half days, right? Are we gonna schedule all half days like the last week? I can't. I can call half days if there's a weather emergency, right? If the heat index is going too high, I can call days, but I can't schedule days off because of the hours. I mean, that's how close we are.
And I think it is worth mentioning that the easy thing to do would have been to move it.
Oh, yeah.
So like this wasn't like this is hearing that the seniors didn't want it moved, the families didn't really want it moved, and then doing the extra legwork, so.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. New business, first reading for policy 1.6.1, concussion management.
Who wrote it? If I can ask a question, sir?
Yes.
Who came up with this? Was it a collective input or is it to be? I just have some issues with it.
So, my understanding was that everybody thought we had one, and then turns out we didn't. And so this is probably, correct me if I'm wrong, this was probably provided by PSBA and then doctored up how you might have seen it if any changes were made. But that doesn't necessarily mean that nobody would be open to other changes if you see.
I mean, I would be very interested in your input.
Yeah.
Okay. This is probably very much a boilerplate. So,
We say it now, I mean.
yeah, say it
I'm not sure what a licensed physician trained and evaluated. This is something that can come back and bite the district, that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Concussion is a hot topic. And that's what we do in my medical practice. And you absolutely don't want to make a mistake on a person. But when you start looking at some of the protocols or policies here, if it's not strictly followed and something, God forbid, happens, the district is in hot water. So I'm not sure what a licensed physician with training and evaluation management of concussions, because Dr. Saracen does a great job on the sideline of the football game. He is our team doctor, and he's on the sidelines.
So you adjust that language.
But that's what I'm saying. So I mean, this can be massaged. That's all I'm trying to bring up. And I think the other thing is the return to play paragraph. I think we have to be very careful because it says they can't go in until there is a written approval. So that takes it out of the sideline evaluation. And I'm only saying this with football because I think that's one of the sports that may have the issue. So I think that this should be massaged a little bit to give a little bit more leeway to the healthcare professionals that are on the sideline. Charlotte's always there, Dr. Sarah, or the covering physician is always there. So I think those are the two big things that I think it can be adjusted, some of the language can be adjusted.
Okay. So I gotta know the spring sports, lacrosse.
Lacrosse, soccer, absolutely.
not, field hockey season too.
Yeah, you're right,
Those issues, and they typically don't have a medical professional. Or
absolutely.
a doctor's level.
And the official can send a kid off the field of play, not necessarily with a concussion. But then it's the trainer, Charlotte's at our games, and at the football games, we have a physician and an ambulance there. And the physician on the sidelines, I mean, I believe Dr. Sarah can say, yeah, the kid's good, do the sideline neuro exam. But that's not what this says. So the only way to get back in. So I think that we just want to give our healthcare professionals the leeway to evaluate and make recommendations. That's all. So do you want me to talk to Mary Jean? Yeah, massage it.
Yeah,
Mary Jean?
I'll talk to Mary Jean tomorrow, and maybe we can look at some other districts'
Absolutely.
policy and see what.
And that's why I didn't know where it came from.
Okay, I made the notes, so I think I'm okay. That's why we do a first reading.
Item two, look for a motion to approve a budget transfer as listed. Or approve. Any discussion? Roll call?
Mrs. Gregory? Yes. Mr. Perry?
Yes.
Dr. Capola?
Yes.
Mr. Swilly?
Yes.
Mr. Burt?
Yes.
Mrs. Arnold?
Yes.
Mr. Wagner?
Yes.
Mr. Farr?
Yes. Item three, move to approve implement field trip with robotics.
Motion approved.
Championship.
Well, this one actually already took place.
Yep.
They are going to the championship,
I
yes.
was there and it was, pardon my French, it was one hell of a game. It was close at the very end. You couldn't do any better. And I think the article, the age Jennifer had in it was very on point.
You got a first and a second? First. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Perry?
Yes.
Dr. Capola?
Yes.
Mr. Swilly?
Yes.
Mr. Burt?
Yes.
Mrs. Arnold?
Yes.
Mrs. Gregory? Yes. Mr. Wagner?
Yes.
Mr. Farr?
Yes. That's the last of it from the agenda. Public comments. Questions?
Motion to adjourn. Second.
Thank you.